If you're talking trucks, you're talking Lewisburg Ford. With over 100 new F-150s on the lot, Lewisburg Ford is your truck headquarters. Right now, get up to $13,500 off MSRP on the new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT or 2.9% financing. Lewisburg Ford has been awarded the 2025 Ford President's Award. They are the #1 F-150 dealer in KC 9 years running, so you know they'll treat you right. Lewisburg Ford and LewisburgFord.com.
Hello, friends. I'm Mick Shaffer of KSHB. That's Greg Gurley of who the hell knows what he does. He does Between Two Fountains, and that's what this is. Thanks for watching or listening or whatever. How are you, Greg?
Fantastic. Getting ready for some baseball this weekend, later this weekend with a little, we hope, fingers crossed, this weather is a little dicey, but Kansas plays at noon on Friday against Northeastern, and then you get the two regional teams that were able to drive here. I mean, downtown Lawrence is
it hopping already?
Well, last night you could see a little movement, but I would imagine Friday and Saturday, with all these, 4 hours away for both of them, basically, they can all travel and bring their RVs and do whatever they want. So it'll be, normally kind of a sleepy weekend here in Lawrence. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, they are regional. I mean, they're really close to each other. They play every year. They split this year, so it's crazy in that, like, Fitzgerald said it yesterday. Not the best 4 seed, the best 3 seed, the best 2 seed in this tournament. Because you've got Arkansas and Missouri State, who are also top 25 RPI teams. I mean, this is it's a hell of a field, but hey, that's how it works in big time college baseball. And it's cool that Lawrence is kind of experiencing this for the first time.
Yeah, there's been a big buzz around here with, increasing our capacity and creating some different viewing opportunities to get it up to the 4,000 capacity crowd that Hoglund needed, and sold every ticket. And
like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, our for the KU game, our donor base bought everything up, and then they do them in sessions to where they have KU plays, they clear everybody out, and so it'll, as far as attendance goes, even though it's a smaller venue, it's gonna be a great atmosphere.
Oh, absolutely. I got a credential, so I'm going for free. I'm getting paid to go because, I mean, I had friends on at 10 o'clock and they couldn't get it. They're just all gone like that. So that combined with all the Arkansas fans coming, it's going to be pretty. I haven't seen it like on. Is there a secondary market? I haven't seen them available on StubHub or anything like that.
I believe there is, but it's very limited. It's something that I believe it's SeatGeek, who is, but I think it's just limited. Because I had several people call me that aren't donors and just wanted to go, and I'm like, I can't help until you're just going to basically have to go to the open market and pay a higher price.
Yeah. Looking forward to it, though. I mean, it's college baseball regionals everywhere, every year. Rain always interrupts all these regionals. So get ready to, I guess, have to adapt over there. Maybe play 3 games on Saturday. Maybe they get them both in on Friday, but it's going to be a heck of an atmosphere. I can't wait to get out there and see some of the best teams in the nation. I mean, this KU team, and they're all JUCO guys, right? Very few of them started in Lawrence. That's how college sports is now. Maybe a little more on the JUCO side when it comes to baseball, but man, that guy knows talent. He has assimilated it in KU.
Yeah, you look at the evolution of junior colleges. Back in the 80s and 90s, junior college and basketball was the place, the kind of proving ground, kind of the minor league system, if you will, for Division I. Now it's baseball. Kids don't worry about signing at a big time school right out of high school, where they can go somewhere and play and prove what they can do and get the reps and get the experience and then cash in. You and I last pod were talking about the kid at Johns County Community College who, if he's from St. Louis and he went to Johns County Community College, he probably didn't have a lot of offers, right? And then he proved himself all-time home run leader in the history of a program in 1 year. and he's getting a payday to go to TCU. And then you just take that all over the country, and that's what's going on. And so coaches like Fitz and others are great at, and their staffs are great at judging and evaluating talent. And there's a chemistry angle. You don't always just get the best player because he's got the best stats. There's fit and there's cohesiveness and all that stuff. And obviously winning helps that once you get there. But for whatever reason, Fitz has had the solutions and he figured it out, the magic sauce, whatever, to compile a new team every year. I mean, last year wasn't a fluke. It wasn't like, all right, it's like Indiana football. Yeah, they figured it out. They had a good 2-year run. No, baseball, you got to figure it out every single year, and he's proven that he can do that year after year.
I tell you what, this year for recruiting, he just needs to drive 30 minutes east and take a look at those JoCo kids. Did you hear what happened last night with them?
No.
In the World Series? So Johnson County is in the JUCO World Series in Grand Junction, Colorado. Through 3 games, they had outscored their opponents 50-10. 2 of the games were called after 5 innings. Well, last night they're playing Midland, Texas. And Midland's throwing this guy with this spammy slider that they can't touch. And he is owning them. It is 9-3 in the 8th inning. Midland, 9-3. And 2 of their runs they got on errors. So they've been owned by this pitcher. This kid's up to 125 pitches, and there's 2 outs in the 8th. And the announcers are like, at some point, you do have to pull this kid. We know how powerful Johnson County is. You bring somebody else in, it's going to be worse, but you got to pull him. So they finally pull him with 2 outs in the 8th. And Johnson County scores 3 runs to make it 9-6. And then come back in the 9th inning, and they score a run, they put 2 on, and the 9-hole hitter in the Johnson County lineup, who had 9 home runs on the year, he was the only regular who didn't have 10 home runs, didn't have double-digit home runs, smokes an Oppo Taco to right field, and they went on a walk-off 3-run homer to go to the championship game tonight.
Oh, nice. That's a great story.
They scored 7 runs. They were down to the last 4 outs, and they scored 7 runs.
Oh, that's cool.
And they should have run that. I guess Midland should have ran that kid out for 150 pitches. They knew once they bring him out, it was going to be over. And it was.
Is this just a 1-game winner take all, or is this a double elimination?
For them, they're the only undefeated team left in the tournament. So now it's Blinn College, right? A powerhouse JUCO from down in Texas. Blinn's got to beat them twice. JoCo's got to beat them once, and they're throwing the JUCO pitcher of the year tonight is Johnson County. So if there's betting odds on junior college baseball, which there should be, okay?
How do we
take the Cavaliers?
Is there a way to watch it?
Yes, ESPN Plus. All these are on regular ESPN Plus.
Oh, nice. Okay. And that's tonight?
That's
Friday
tonight.
night?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's at 8 o'clock our time. But it was really cool. That's one of the reasons I was staying at work late last night. Myself and Jason Anderson, I feel like we're the groupies here for this team. And I'm sitting there watching it at like 11:15. I'm like, there's no way they do this again. And right before the guy swings, I get a text, and I look at it's from Jason Anderson. He's like, "Oh my God, they did it again!" And then I see it go out. He was a little bit ahead of me on his stream. And so it was pretty cool. And I jumped around. I was like, holy crap. And nobody else was at the station. I was jumping around like Jimmy Valvano and 83 Final Four looking for somebody to hug. Nobody was there.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna tune in tonight. The road to Grand Junction, not the same ring as Omaha, but I get it.
Well, they're like already a powerhouse home run team, and then you put them up in the Rockies there, and the baseball is just flying out.
Well, I didn't realize as good of a hitting team as they are. They have the JUCO pitcher of the year as well. So it's starting to track a little bit.
The guy they pitched last night is going to Nebraska, and he actually got hit up a little bit. And so tonight is the pitcher of the year going, and then they have like their 3, 4, and 5 starters all ready to go. They're going to throw the house at it. So.
Well, speaking of baseball, you and I were talking last night, and like your question about is this as disappointed as you've been in the Royals in a long time, and a couple of weeks ago, I was like, Mick, cheer up, be a little more positive. Things are going to turn around, and they go on to lose 4 or 5 straight.
4 or 5 straight, yeah.
Well,
like 9 of 10.
Yeah, it's hard, man. They just cannot get timely hits, and it's just. I went to the game on Monday against the Yankees, and everything was great. Bobby hit the home run, and then get the first out in the top of the 9th, and then that guy hits a little 14-foot broken bat, perfectly placed infield single, and then hit down 1. So frustrating.
And it just got worse. He had 15-1 the next night. 7-0 in game 3. So I was there the last time the Royals beat the Yankees, which was the playoffs after the 2024 season in New York.
Oh,
been 14 straight.
Oh, well, a lot of ball to be played. Ultimate optimist here. Biggest negative half-empty guy on the other end.
How are you a lifelong Royals fan and you're the ultimate optimist? I don't see how those two things coexist.
That describes it perfectly, is that if you're a lifelong Royals fan, you've got to be an ultimate optimist. I think
you're pessimist because you're much more likely to have a 100-loss season than a playoff season.
But then you're like, all right, I know we lost 100, and I really think the next year we can do it. That's what I believe every year.
I mean, I keep showing up, so it's like I'm negative. I'm like the guys in Major League, right? Team's still crap, but I keep showing up, banging the drum.
It's kind of like you being, such a diehard for Oklahoma State. When have you ever really achieved that level of success that you believe that's going to happen?
Yes. What sucked growing up as an Oklahoma State fan, O-State was and still is great at all the sports nobody cares about. The two main ones, like football and men's basketball, there's some good years there, but it was always a struggle. But, I mean, wrestling, cross country, baseball, golf, oh, man, all those sports that nobody cared about, O-State was dominant.
I would disagree that nobody cares about it. There's definitely people that care about that now.
Yeah, but
the masses? No, and like when you go to Gallagher, Iowa, that place is lined with national championship banners.
Yeah,
for wrestling.
How many wrestling matches have you watched in the last year? I mean, the last 10 years?
I don't know, less than 0.
Your lifetime, exactly.
You're
a sports fan more than most, and you don't watch wrestling.
I never got into that. I just couldn't do it. I mean, no.
It's not as fun as the pro wrestling.
I'm not into that either. No.
Like guys just rolling around together? I would have thought that about you.
Well, we did a fun fact in 1991, maybe 92. We actually played a road game at Wichita State basketball. And on Wichita State was this guy named Paul Wright with a W.
Oh, I know.
And he's no longer wrestling, but he was like the big show.
Big show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so you played against Paul White?
What's that?
So you got to play against Paul White?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, he was on the team. It's not like I guarded him. He's like 7'2". He's like Andre the Giant, but a little smaller. I mean, I remember looking at him. He wasn't a wrestler at that point. We're like, all right, Jesus, look at this guy. And then, like, I don't know, 10 years later, they talk about how former Division I basketball player. Like, God, no.
Yeah. No, yeah. A lot of those guys played a lot of hoops, actually, just because they are giants. They get those guys that are huge, bring them in the ring, teach them how to fall, all that stuff.
I used to always tell Scott Pollard, I go with his,
Oh, he'd be great.
Correct. Yeah, he's a big, charismatic, great personality and could talk, kind of talk shit. And I had a character for him because he always had, facial hair and like mutton chops and all kinds of stuff. I said, all right, we're going to grow your beard out and kind of braid it or whatever. And you're going to be the Amish assassin. and you're going to wear like a short, dress shirt with the coat and all that. And like in a singlet or whatever they do. And you're going to be, and he didn't think that was, he didn't think that was as good of an idea as I did.
I think it's a great idea. Maybe your best one ever. Ostertag could have been a good wrestler.
The Big O. I mean, that would have been. He already had his name. Did you see, by the way, that the Big O is now the mayor of the town he lives in Texas? He won an election.
That's awesome.
And I get a call from or a text from Roy Williams, and he's like, "Did you see that Greg is now a mayor? He's getting into politics." I don't think it's like a flourishing town or anything. It's not like Dallas, but it's a town.
Mount Vernon, Texas.
Yeah.
What's the town? Let's see here. How big is
the population? That? I'm gonna guess.
You guess.
7,800.
You're way off.
Okay.
You want to know which way you're off?
High.
You're high.
Yeah. I mean, not like right now. I'm not high.
It's 1/3 of that, roughly. It's 2,491.
Okay.
So they got like a 2A high school, maybe something like that.
Yeah. Well, it's baby steps.
Looks like it's in like Northeast Texas.
It's baby steps. Next time he's going to run for city council, then he's going to be maybe the governor.
That's awesome.
I don't think
what.
So.
So he's a mayor now.
Yeah.
That's terrific. Who else would have been a great wrestler? I feel like maybe Rex Walters could have been a great heel, right? Which is the bad guys.
Bad guy is correct, but Rex and I lived together, and we used to wrestle a lot because I would I was kind of an instigator, and
you surely beat him, right?
Oh yeah. I'm actually kind of country strong, but Rex was like dirty. Like he would when you had like an advantage, he would just full fist you right there, the nuts yeah. I say full. Yeah, can we edit that?
You did.
But the other one was I got him one day, and he knew I was going to just get after him, so he locked himself in the bathroom, and I'm banging on the door, and he just opens the door and had a cup of water from the shower, hot water, and just threw it in my face and closed the door real fast, and I went
good
nuts.
Move. Good, you deserve that.
I did.
Yeah,
you don't know the entire.
Locked yourself in a bathroom. You keep coming after him. What kind of maniac are you?
I can get pretty animated.
I imagine you two home alone just wrestling.
That sounds weird too. There's been two weird things said. Yes,
enjoying their time.
The other thing we were going to talk about, the last week we said we kind of teased it. We're going to talk more Kevin Hart roast, and then this past Monday or Tuesday, all the shows came out, and everybody's the Chelsea Handler, and she's pissed, and Hinchcliffe, and all of them are just it's like they've never seen her roast before. And the best one was when Kevin Hart was on something, and he goes, because he produced it, his production, and they're like, why didn't you step in? And he's like, it's a roast.
It's a roast. I told everybody to be that way.
Yeah. And so
there's people out there that just don't understand it, and they're all about their feelings and everything. But for the most part, outside of Chelsea Handler, everybody that goes on the roast knows that everything's fair game. Now, they do say, like Kevin said, just don't mention my kids. And then they checked with the lady that said, can we make fun of your dead husband? And she said, absolutely. So good on them for checking.
It's a weird icebreaker, but good on them for checking. Like, hey.
I've got people in my corner that say it was better than the Tom Brady roast, which is my opinion.
I don't think so, but opinions are whatever, I just think that it seems so forced. I love Shane Gillis. I don't think he was a great host. I thought he was good, but I think there's been better, MCs.
But that's my issue. Like Kevin Hart was the host of Tom Brady's roast. Kevin ain't funny. He's not a good host. He would come up there and just laugh and repeat people's jokes. At least Gillis had sets between each of them. So that's why I thought it was a better host.
Okay. I love him. I just thought I didn't think I think you put a little bit of blame on the audience. I thought it wasn't some of the stuff they did. He had to kind of be like, oh, this is too much or too soon.
Yeah, he kept reacting. I wish you wouldn't have done that. He's just like, say your jokes and everything. But I mean, there's some guys that like they get up there and you don't worry about anything. This guy's gonna make me just die laughing for the next 5 minutes. Jeff Ross is one. And Tony Hinchcliffe, who I discovered on the Tom Brady roast. I had no idea who he was, and now I watch the Kill Tony every now and then, and all that. And my brother's in the comedy world, so he knows Tony a little bit. There's
I'm the same way. I was at the Tom Brady roast. I remember Googling Tony Hinchcliffe, and I was like, "Who was that? That guy came out of nowhere." And he was, I thought, way better in the Tom Brady roast, but that's my opinion. I
did like him better in the Tom Brady because he just walked around and just stand in front of somebody and just throw haymakers.
Yeah, and Nikki Glaser has kind of turned into the.
Oh, why was she not there?
Yeah, she's kind of the next best from Jeff. Jeff Ross is the best, and Nikki Glaser over the last 5 or 6 roasts is the clear number 2.
Yeah.
And then I just thought the dais was not as good. The one guy I thought that was really good that I'd never heard of is it Naeem Taylor? Naeem?
He had good material. I thought he could have delivered it better. I liked him. I like that Big J Okerson. I didn't know who that guy was either.
Yeah. And then when Naeem Taylor got done, he kind of threw some shade at Dave Chappelle, and Gillis gets on. He goes, "Hey, interesting guy to pick on. I'm sure he'll be okay with that." That was good.
That was good. I mean, it was 2.5 hours long, so it really dragged. I feel like the Rock came out and was really drunk, had some good jokes, but like really, he was in his wrestling mode where he would just say something and then turn and look at the crowd and really elongated it.
I think we see that all the time in careers of actors and actresses that try to reinvent themselves on the dirty side. Yeah. And The Rock tried that, and it just, to me, it didn't work. I thought it was forced. He is what he is. He's Jumanji, and a building's falling down or whatever, and he runs. Yeah, that's him. He was actually pretty good in The Other Guys, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. Movie. But other than that, he's just he's one of those guys. And I don't think comedy is his thing. And now he's best buddies with Kevin Hart, so I understand why he was on it. But it's kind of like Jennifer Aniston now went from being the cute little gal on Friends to being somewhat of a dirty, all her roles now. And like you think about We Are the Millers and Horrible Bosses, she's just gravitated to like this huge outgoing woman.
Yeah, and what a great decision, I think, on her part.
I'm all for it. I'm just kind of drawing a parallel between Jennifer Aniston and The Rock.
How about drawing a parallel to this woman who I knew of. I'd never heard her do comedy. I don't think I've ever heard her talk, but I thought she stole the show. Lizzo was great in that. She was funny up there delivering the jokes. Of course, she didn't write them, but then she took all the jokes people were laughing at her so well. She was laughing harder than anybody.
I agree. She had great delivery, and it seemed natural. It seemed like she was. Is she? Who is she, by the way?
She's a singer.
Oh, she's a singer. Okay.
Yeah, she's a singer.
Can you name a Lizzo song?
You've heard it. Her big song was several years ago. Oh man, the big line is "Man on the Minnesota Vikings," and nobody could remember or could figure out who she was talking about. Lizzo's songs. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Was it "Truth Hurts"? I think. And she just kind of burst onto the scene. So she was really big, and then she's lost a lot of weight. She looks great, and yeah, "Truth Hurts" was the song. Yeah. So it's a hip hop singer, songwriter, rapper. Yeah,
I'll check it out.
Check out Lizzo. You've heard the big song of hers. That's the only one I know.
Kind of like Tony Hinchcliffe. I watched Lizzo's set and I was like, oh, I should have Googled it, but I was like, I thought she was a comedian.
No, she's just a singer.
Okay.
They brought up for some reason, and it worked out.
Yeah.
It was wise.
My Apple Music list is, I don't know, Journey. There's not a lot of new songs on there, so I don't get that.
All right. Speaking of being old and white and out of date, do you watch the NBA anymore? It's on NBC all the time, so we have it on our channel all the time. And
I do.
It's been a very compelling playoffs, especially in this Spurs Thunder series. Do you watch the NBA still?
I do, and I especially watch it in the playoffs. Like I'll watch it throughout the year, the big games and all that, and then I'll track our guys that whether it's CB or J Will, whoever, and you follow. I'll check box scores, but playoffs, they play harder, they take charges, they every possession matters. I think the thing that is just driving me nuts is the flopping. I mean, that's been the whole story of the last couple of months, and it's
I hate it.
Throwing the head back, and it's I'm old. Like it wasn't a foul back in the day when someone landed on your feet, and now that's a flagrant foul.
Oh, it's big time. Yes.
And I understand why it is. I think
you land on somebody else's feet, right? Whenever you land and somebody puts a foot, big old size 16 out there to turn your ankle. Yeah, it's flagrant.
Yeah. And so it's almost impossible to defend, productively and efficiently, because when a guy shoots his jump shot and his feet go out in front and you're in your space and they happen to step on your size 18 feet, it's a flagrant foul. That drives me nuts. I think SGA, as great as he is, back-to-back MVPs, he's the best. Him and DeMar DeRozan are arguably the best mid-range players ever. They're so good at that, and SGA can actually, step out and shoot. He's so gifted, and I think it just puts a stain on his game, the way he plays and the way he gets to the free throw line. It's kind of like it'll be interesting to see if the trajectory of SGA goes like Trae Young. Remember how hot Trae Young was, and the way he played. He shot, he was 18 and 19 from the free throw line every night, but now you don't hear that much about Trae Young. Like it's almost like
he went to a worse team, the Wizards now.
Yeah, I mean, he was like the guy for a couple years, and then you're kind of and then people either figured out how to guard him, or the refs decided, you know what, we're not putting up with this shit anymore. You're going to have to, and he's still crazy talented, and the Wizards actually could have something if they had the number one pick, they got Trae Young, they got Anthony Davis, and I'm sure some other pieces. But when was the last time you watched a Wizards game on TNT?
Maybe when Michael Jordan played there.
Correct. Maybe. But so anyway, playoff basketball, I enjoy. The last game, Thunder and Spurs, Wembanyama, freak. I mean, he's 7'5". When I turned it on the other night, he had 3 threes in the first quarter. Like back when we were growing up, if Michael Jordan hit 3 or 4 threes in a quarter, it was like the greatest shooting exhibition ever. We have a 7'5" guy making 3 in the first quarter.
If the Spurs don't win 5 of the next 10, granted they keep Wemby and he's healthy, that's an underachievement. Just watching him play, I don't know. He's good because he's getting better. He's still learning the NBA game, and he's just a freak of nature. Well, I don't like watching it anymore. I don't like the flopping. I sound like my dad, but I can't stand, and it's filtered down into college basketball. I can't stand. I mean, there's no traveling. I mean, just like just like watching him, like that's what he gets a gather step, he gets a Euro step, he gets a step back to get the 3. I mean, what are we doing? And I hate that. They look like they're on ice skates out there. And then just the analytics of, I'm driving to the rim and I could easily dunk this or lay it in. Nope, I'm whipping around for a corner 3. I'm like, I don't know, it like hurts to watch. And like kind of that's the college game now too. It's a different sport almost than what I grew up watching.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And I think that I still enjoy it because I love they make it look so easy that I think
they're getting too good almost.
I think the average fan is like, doesn't understand that basketball players are the best athletes in the world.
Yeah.
There's no argument on that. I've had arguments with others, and they'll say soccer or they'll say football, or I mean, like a 7'5" guy doing what he's doing, or a 6'9" guy doing what Wembanyama or whoever, freak, and their abilities, their athleticism is relatable to a bunch of other sports. I don't think you can take a soccer player and put him on a basketball team and he would do well, I think. But you put a basketball player on the soccer field or whatever other sport, they're going to at least be competitive. So anyway, got off on a tangent, but man, it is fun to watch when it's just good, fluid basketball that you know, the ability to make shots from 23 feet when they're open. Like when a guy misses an open 3-pointer, you're kind of like, he sucks.
Yeah.
You know,
get him out.
And they just don't miss. And, you know, those corner threes, somebody just lines up in the corner, it's a bucket. And I don't remember basketball being like that when we were growing up. I think that was like such a big deal when like Michael Cooper or Byron Scott would make a three. You were like, oh my God. And I must have to look back at some of the box scores and like, how many threes were they making back then? You know, I bet you it was under 10.
I mean, you had your one guy per team, right? That maybe had the green light the whole time. But after that, it was like, don't fall in love with the 3-pointer, right?
Right.
And now it's the exact opposite. No, actually, you should.
And to your point about, you know, it's getting harder to watch it because of the analytics, 3s versus 2. I think what happens is you ingrain kids in their head to, I want you to, if you're open for a 3, take it, which I think they get stuck in that mode. And it might be a 3-on-1 break or a 4-on-2 break, and you should get a layup. And instead,
you got two fanning out to the corners.
Everyone's fanning out to the corner. No one's cutting to the basket to just get a bucket. And I get it. You shoot 35% from the 3-point line. It's better than 50% from 2. Yeah. I understand that. But what's the saying I never really got? A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. I know. I always found that.
I have no idea what that means.
Well, I think I know what it means. Like you want possession of one for sure, as opposed to
one's going to fly away at least if you're trying to grab him. I guess I don't know
who's catching a bird. Like by the way, like are you just at a
back
park?
in the day they had to catch birds to live.
But with your hands?
Some of them, yeah, before we invented tools and stuff.
Like Mr. Miyagi catching birds.
Yes.
I know. I always found that one to be weird.
I don't know what it means still, but yes, value what you have. I mean,
you know what
the grass is always greener, which is another one, which I get that one.
Do you know what a gander is in the term? What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Is that a group of geese?
No.
Oh,
I think it's one's a male and one's a female. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So I never understood that.
A group of gooses would be geese, so you don't really need a group of geese.
And you can't say gooses.
No. Oh, I did.
Yeah, you did. Well, I also said full fist, so I got it.
Said it twice now. Right. You never know what happens.
Hey,
between two ferns.
Is that the Trump dance or what is it?
That is. All right. Our time has elapsed. Next week, we're going to talk World Cup. You ready to talk soccer? It's coming to your town.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by it. I don't know if I'll go, but I'm curious to see how our
you have $5,000 to spend. Well, you might actually.
I'm not going to pay for a ticket. Are you crazy?
I'm just going to give you a ticket.
I mean, I got a Rolodex.
Do you? FIFA is a different animal here. Good luck.
Should we make a bet right now that at some point, if I wanted to go, I could go to a World Cup game for free?
If you wanted to go, we can make a bet that will you go or not?
Okay, so I'll have the opportunity, and I have to make a decision if I actually go.
You should bet me. You should bet me the amount of the ticket. So it's like, it's $500 for the ticket, but I bet Nick $500, so it's a wash.
It's kind of like I have friends that played golf at KU, and they're all scratch golfers and all that, and I get to go on some cool golf trips to big time places, and they get so mad that I get to go because I I take golf seriously, but not as seriously as they do. And they're like the world, like they're wasting an invite on you because you're a horrible person and you don't deserve this. Why wouldn't they take me? And I'm like, well, it's like my buddy John Hess. He just gets mad when he doesn't get invited on golf trips and they think it's being wasted. So to that extent, it's kind of like the World Cup. Not really a soccer guy, but I will go for the people watching.
You're
and the
an event
experience.
guy. I'm an event guy.
I'm an event guy. Yeah. I like golf tournaments to go watch them, but I don't watch any golf.
Sure. Yeah. Drink in hand, be a good time.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Not hard.
Not hard. All right. Well, good seeing you. Maybe I'll see you this weekend in Lawrence.
Yeah. When are you coming up?
I'll get an invite to like your place or something. I don't know.
Yeah. When are you coming up?
Saturday. Well, I'm banking on KU winning today over Northeastern, and then whoever they play, Arky or Mo State, I'm going to that game.
Okay. So plan on coming to my place around 2, 3, whatever you want. We'll have a little pregame cocktail here on New Hampshire.
Awesome. That's cool. That's it. Anybody listening to you can come as well.
Sure.
He just gave out his address basically and said the time.
Big space.
Yeah, big space here. All right, Greg. Good seeing you. Good seeing you as well. We'll see you next time on Between Two Fountains.